Ah, sugar, 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 you were my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Well, hello. Let's see if the Dax is going to be my candy girl. And a warm welcome to one and all. And for those of you not seen me before, my name is Langers. I am the overgrown child. That is the Scruffy trade. And today I'm going to have a little look at the Dax. Take you through a trade, start to finish. So if that sounds good, click that little subscribe button, smash the like, and we'll have a little look. And oh, what's this in my background here? Yes.
Coffee that you forgot again.
What do you mean again?
You forgot to do it, though.
I don't forget. I just like you to bring it to me.
Oh, you like having the one running around after you.
Cheeky fuckers.
Wait, my candy girl. Got out of that one. She doesn't like me this week. Well, the shop's shut, so we're working at home. Well, I'm working. She thinks she's having a jolly. And part of that is me trying not to make a mess badly. And she's having none of it.
Trying to get a rise out of me! Are you happy now? Is this what you want?
Anyway, what are we having? We're having trades. And earlier on this morning, told the guys that I'm going to trade the Dax and why I'm trading. And whenever I do anything like that, I always think it's fair to kind of back it up with a trade as well. It's all well and good saying, I think. You should show it and kind of explain the reasons as to why. So let me pop the screens on and we'll have a little look. So we're kind of looking at it here. I've already, as I said, spoke to the guys this morning. It's coming on sort of 20 to 11, quarter to 11. This was done at 25 past 10. So they could see exactly what it is that I'm up to well in advance of taking the trade. Because I don't think it's going to come into play this side of 11 o'clock. This is for nearer lunchtime. And if you haven't seen this before, it's just the Discord group that we have a bit of a sing-song in, as you can see. Having a little bit of Walk the Dinosaur earlier on. Well, you've got to have a bit of a proper sing-song. Laka laka laka. Great song. But then we do get serious with mindset. Go into, well, I'd say we get serious. Obviously, I chipped in with some highly intelligent glyphs there as to what's going on in the market. But then we do get serious. The thing with trading and any job for that matter, because this is my job, is you must enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it or you feel stressed by it or anything like that, don't do it. You'll become to resent it, and the moment that you resent your job, you hate it. The moment you hate your job, you're not very good at it. Simple as that. The way I look at it is a way that I was told many moons ago by a manager who trained me years ago. You know, enjoy your job. You never work a day in your life. And he is so right. So right. So what are we looking at, and why am I saying it isn't ready? Okay. This is having a colossal drive up, and it's smashing through these zones that I've marked in. And as you can see, it's done it a few times before, but there's a lot of pressure. But that pressure is running out, and you can see that with these tails. However, that sounds great. and you think, well, yeah, it's clearly going up, I'm going to buy it, right? Okay, it's fine. But what does this picture actually tell you? Is it in a trend? No, it's not. And why is that? Because I can see it. There's nothing there that tells you any direction. Not a beam. So you have to go out a little bit. Go out to the 4 hour. What is this telling you? Can you see a trend there? Of course you can. It's flat. It is ranging. And there it is there. So the reason why I'm saying hold fire is because this candle here, this 4 hour, is not finished. And it has a high probability of getting to the tops of these levels. And you can see that here with these tails, but more this cluster point here. Okay. And if you look at that cluster running across and just follow it, it's where these bottomed out, and this, and here. So over the course of sort of the last couple of weeks, this is just where this has been. It's failing to get higher. Now, it's not saying that it can't go higher, because we're in uncharted territory for the DAX and a lot of indices, because they're all at all-time highs. If we move this out to a daily, just so you can see, you will see that it has gone up, but that move to the upside here is slowing down somewhat, and it's now come into a range, which is here. And that range started around this area, this section. So that could easily push up, very easily, to this level at the top side. And that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see what happens. I want to see if that'll squeeze up. And like most things, it's like a rubber band. It'll push up, push up, push up. It won't take any more, and it'll snap back. Now, that snap back isn't necessarily a change in direction. It's just pressure relief, and it's profit taking for whatever reason, and you can capitalize on it. Because if you're day trading, how much do you really want out of the day? You know, if you're trying to swing sort of 100 to 200 pips a day out of a single trade, it ain't happening. So why bother swinging for it in the first place? Be realistic. Get 20, 30 pips. Stick a fiver a point on each one of them. It'll pay you very well. You know, and if you haven't got a big fund, or you can't afford, say, a fiver, even a pound, and you're getting 20, 30 pound a day, it all adds up very quickly. And suddenly at the end of the month, you've got a little pot of money, and you can maybe take half that pot out, treat yourself, leave the other half in your fund, so your fund's grown, and one, you've had a little treat, but your fund is able to increase your bid size a little bit. It's a little bit how I did the 5%ers. I just built it up slowly over a period till it hit its landmark. Now I have a bigger fund, and I started it again, and I've done it the same way. I've gone back to the bottom line, and I'll build it up slowly, just so the pot grows bigger. Because the thing with a prop fund, I do have a large pot for them, but the drawdown is very tight, so I need to build up that drawdown to give myself a buffer. But that's all I do, just a little bit at a time, carve it off, and it makes money. So anyway, rather than rattle on, this is going to be, like I say, breaching there. It's not going to be this side of 11 o'clock, so I'll pause the camera and I'll come back to it when it's ready to trade.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay guys, touch 11 o'clock. This is showing signs. Quite happy with this. So let's drop a couple of orders in to start with. Put one there. Stick another one in as well. I'm going to start with 2 orders. Now a little salute and shout to Gavin, because he was asking about how do I put orders in? It's very, very simple. I test the water all the time. And what I'll do is I'll look for an area to get in. Now this was on the hourly. And basically all I've done is it's always at the base of a candle. I'll rephrase that. Whichever direction the candle's going, I make the candle come to me. So I'm going short here, so it's the base. If I was going long, it would be at the top. And it means that the price has to slam into it in order to catch the order. Now they're both at the same place. Now if this has to be stacked, I will stack it backwards. And I will take it up to around this area, you know, because I don't believe in tight stops. I always give it room to breathe. But within that breathe, I'm prepared to buy in on the way up. And it's all part of the same trade. It's not a case of sort of crapping myself and thinking, oh, I've got it wrong, get in. No, I just test the water and then build a position up. It's slightly different. Now, you can also do it the other way. So let a wave go forward. Maybe take some profit, take some off, leave a bit on the table. As it comes back, re-enter the market and you start building up a position as it's trending for you. As today is not a trend and it's not in one of those environments, I'm just looking to go from zone to zone. So I'm going to work between these two zones here, the two red ones. Okay. So if I widen that out, we're going to put one of the orders sort of down here, around maybe 15 pips there. Well, yeah, about there I'll do. Just in the green, and I'm going to put the other one on the top of that red zone, just like so. And what I'm going to do with this now is I'll just follow the price. Very, very simply. And as the price moves up, I'll just put the order underneath there. But I'm going to leave kind of the targets that are set the same and they'll edge up. Just means it doesn't have as hard to work to achieve a target sort of thing. And if I feel confident, I might stretch it out. But at the moment, I've been paid very well this week. I don't really need to take a lot of risks. So this is just backing up what I said earlier to the Discord. So I'll let it run out and I'll come back to you at the end and I'll sort of tell you a little bit about what I've come across, because nobody knows how a trade's going to play out. You just put your elements together and take your best high probability. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But if it doesn't work, you need to know why it didn't work, as well as, well, if it did work. And I guess that's something to take away from today's video. Don't concentrate on what you get right. Concentrate on what you get wrong. Because if you can iron out those errors, the rest of it falls into place relatively easy. But if you're constantly concentrating on things that you win, you'll come a cropper eventually. And that cropper will cost you a lot of money. Anyway, let me play this out and I'll come back to it at the end. Okay guys, looks like it might be a bit of a long night. I've got a little bit of a meeting in half an hour's time sort of thing. So I need the camera to have a chat and do a one-to-one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch the camera off and I'll come back to it when I'm done. And hopefully this might have dropped like what I've been waiting for. Because it's been sitting there all day. It's been pretty... it's just been one of them days. But it's one of the reasons why I have a reasonably wide stop. It allows it to breathe. And within that breathing, alright, at the minute it's a bit scary. But it's not as bad as you think. Because I've already got a good amount of money out of it. And then all I need to do is just manage my way out of it, which I often do anyway. And then the damage isn't as bad. Think about it this way. How many times do you have a tight stop and you stopped out 7 or 8 times? So it's 50 quid here, it's 70 quid there, £100. So if you do £900, there's 900 quid. And then you want to get a little bit back. But phone's off on a run at the day, isn't it? And then you want to get a little bit, and then you want to get a little bit back, and you think you've won. You haven't really.
Isn't that logical?
So all I do is I manage trades, but also within amongst that lot, if you look at the morning call that I did this morning, that I kind of do a washed down version publicly, I said the New Zealand euro would go to a certain point today, and I called that out at 8 o'clock this morning, and I popped the trade on as well anyway, and it won as well. So there's a lot of merit in doing your homework. All right, so anyway, I'll let this run down and I'll come back to you when I've finished having a chat, but we can see it's starting to come. Even if it just gets back to the red zone, it'll pretty much be break even. Anywhere beyond that, we extra money. So I'll catch you in an hour or so.
Well, we're waiting.
Morning, boys and girls. Hope you're well. We've been holding the trade overnight. It's stayed within the parameters that we need. It's now kind of 7:30ish in the morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my coffee and we'll see what the charts have to say. So there we go. We haven't got far to go. As I said at the start of this video, I don't want to break this yellow line. Yeah, it's gone up to it, but it's now come down. We still have a decent amount from yesterday. So at the minute, we are about 1,200 total profit. Now, I don't particularly want to run this through the open. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to pull the stops down so that the top lot are all risk-free. In other words, protect this. So I'm going to pull them just to underneath there. Just get them into place. Just like so. So if they close out, that's fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to, well, there's that zone, which is there. Just pull that through. There's nothing technical about these zones, guys. They're just wrapping round a good support and resistance level. Okay. So what we're going to do, so that's all kind of protected at the top. Now I've got a choice. I can kind of shut these ones off. But what I'm going to have a tendency to do is we're going to pull these down over. Just down there. See if it'll slam down. And I'm going to let it run for about 10 minutes. Okay guys, it's coming on to 5 to 8. You can see it turn on the market here, so I'm just going to start shutting this off. Just like so. Because I'm not going to take this into the open. And that's that. Job done. So, am I happy overall? Yeah-ish. I'm happy because it has paid me quite well. You know, it's all right. A few scary moments, but the overall outcome was very good. You know, just by holding my nerve, and as you can see, it was the right choice to take those trades out. Now, this may well stay contained between these two entities, but I don't particularly like trading an open, and if I can be paid and get out of it, and I'm not too committed to it, I'll just cut and run. And there's nothing to say that I can't re-enter this at 9 o'clock. There really isn't. But I'll just look at it at its merit at 9. So from yesterday, it's stagnated. It didn't do anything, but the principle of what I wanted, it was almost there, in the sense that I wanted it to the short side. And just manage my way out of it. But that's kind of what I do all the time anyway. None of us can predict the markets. We really can't. Think you can, and you can watch as many videos as you like about gurus saying this special indicator will do that and the other. How? It's based on price, and price for tomorrow is unknown. So how on earth can an indicator predict? It can't. What you do is you take all the elements and you make your best probability choice. And it's as simple as that. And that's all I do. I just look at the structure of the market. I work my way through it. I do have indicators on that show when markets are at extreme or when I think there's momentum there. And then I just manage my way through the trade. Simple as that. And that's what you see me do. And the choice to knock that trade off was probably correct. I mean, it is moving over now. Goes into the open in a few minutes. Now, I don't know if that's going to shoot back up here or shoot back down there. I genuinely don't know. So why risk it? And my screen on this side is kind of telling me more that it's going to go, it'll push up. May well come down later today, but in the interim, there's going to be a move. So I'll leave it there. Happy days. See what today has to bring and do it all again. So I'm going to have my coffee. I'm going to chase Winky around the house and see if there's anything to be found for later today, but don't really need to trade today or tomorrow. Kind of had an easy week this week because I had a decent win at the beginning. Little bit of a lie in each morning. Instead of getting up at sort of 6 o'clock, I've been getting up at 7. Why? Because I can. Simple as that. So there we go. All I'll say is trade well, keep your risk managed, and above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.